Number 1. Prequel politics. The prequel era kicks off with Episode 1, The Phantom Menace in 32 BBY, before the Battle of Yavin, introducing us to a galaxy that's vastly different from the war-torn universe we first met in 1977. The Galactic Republic has stood for 1,000 generations, protected by the legendary Jedi Knights who serve as peacekeepers across countless star systems. But here's the kicker. This golden age is already rotting from the inside out. Young Anakin Skywalker emerges from the desert planet of Tatooine as the prophesied Chosen One, discovered by Qui-Gon Jinn during a mission that was supposed to be simple trade negotiations. The Trade Federation's blockade of Naboo seems like corporate greed gone wild, but it's actually the opening move in Palpatine's chess game to seize ultimate power. The Jedi Council, led by the wise but increasingly rigid Yoda and Mace Windu, reluctantly accepts this 9-year-old former slave into their ranks, breaking their own rules about age limits because, hey, when prophecies are involved, what could possibly go wrong? The political machinations are deliciously complex. Senator Palpatine manipulates Queen Amidala into calling for a vote of no confidence against Chancellor Valorum, positioning himself perfectly for his own rise to power. Meanwhile, the Sith, thought extinct for a millennium, reveal themselves through Darth Maul, whose double-bladed lightsaber duel with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan remains one of the franchise's most iconic battles. The Republic's democratic institutions are already failing, corrupted by bureaucracy and special interests, setting the stage for everything that follows. Number 2. Clone Chaos. Jump forward 10 years to Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, 22 BBY, and the Republic faces its greatest crisis as thousands of star systems threaten to secede under Count Dooku's separatist movement. Anakin, now a moody teenage Padawan under Obi-Wan's mentorship, struggles with forbidden love for Senator Padme Amidala, while the galaxy teeters on the brink of civil war. The discovery of a secret clone army on Kamino, mysteriously ordered by a dead Jedi Master, provides the Republic with the military force it desperately needs. The Clone Wars erupt at the Battle of Geonosis, where hundreds of Jedi Knights ignite their lightsabers in the first large-scale Jedi battle ever shown on screen. But here's the genius of Palpatine's plan. He's orchestrating both sides of the conflict. As Supreme Chancellor, he commands the Republic's clone troopers. As Darth Sidious, he controls the separatist droid armies through his apprentice Count Dooku. The war serves multiple purposes: eliminating political opponents, spreading the Jedi thin across the galaxy, and justifying emergency powers that transform the Democratic Republic into an authoritarian state. Ready to dive deeper into galactic history? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join our crew of Star Wars explorers. Together, we'll uncover every secret the Force has to offer. The animated series, The Clone Wars, 2008 to 2020, fills this 3-year period with incredible depth, introducing Ahsoka Tano as Anakin's Padawan and exploring how the conflict corrupts the Jedi Order. The war forces the Peacekeepers to become generals, compromising their principles and clouding their connection to the Force. Characters like Captain Rex and the Clone Troopers gain individual personalities, making Order 66 even more tragic when we realize these aren't just faceless soldiers. They're individuals programmed to betray their closest allies. Number 3. Imperial Rise. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, 19 BBY, delivers the prequel era's devastating conclusion as Anakin's fall to the dark side coincides with the Republic's transformation into the Galactic Empire. Palpatine reveals himself as the Sith Lord who's been playing the long game, using Anakin's fear of losing Padme to turn the Chosen One into Darth Vader. The execution of Order 66 sees clone troopers across the galaxy simultaneously turn on their Jedi generals, nearly wiping out the Ancient Order in minutes. The duel on Mustafar between Obi-Wan and Anakin represents the ultimate betrayal between master and apprentice, brother and brother, as Padme dies in childbirth, fulfilling Anakin's prophetic nightmares through his own actions. Luke and Leia are separated and hidden from their father. Yoda and Obi-Wan go into exile as the Empire rises, with Palpatine declaring himself emperor to thunderous applause from a Senate that's willingly traded freedom for security. Democracy dies not with a bang, but with politicians clapping. Number 4. Rebel Hope. The original trilogy era begins roughly 19 years later with Episode 4, A New Hope, 0 BBY/ABY, where the Empire rules through fear, and the Death Star represents the ultimate expression of tyrannical power. Princess Leia's desperate mission to deliver stolen Death Star plans kicks off a hero's journey that would define cinema for generations. Luke Skywalker transitions from whiny farm boy to galactic hero, guided by the hermit Ben Kenobi, actually the legendary Obi-Wan in hiding. The destruction of Alderaan demonstrates the Empire's ruthless methods, while the Cantina at Mos Eisley introduces us to a galaxy filled with smugglers, bounty hunters, and rebels fighting against impossible odds. Han Solo and Chewbacca provide the perfect counterpoint to Luke's idealism, rogues with hearts of gold who join the cause despite their better judgment. The Battle of Yavin, where Luke trusts the Force to destroy the Death Star, proves that faith and hope can triumph over technological terror. Number 5. Empire Falls. Episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back. 3 ABs darkens the tone considerably as the Rebel Alliance flees across the galaxy, pursued by Darth Vader's relentless forces. The Battle of Hoth showcases the Empire at its tactical best, crushing the Rebel base with massive AT-AT walkers. Luke's training with Yoda on Dagobah introduces deeper Force philosophy while revealing the last Jedi Master as a quirky green puppet who's actually the most powerful being in the galaxy. Trust your expectations? You must not. The revelation that Vader is Luke's father remains one of cinema's greatest plot twists, recontextualizing everything we thought we knew about our hero's destiny. Han's carbonite freezing and Lando's betrayal then redemption at Cloud City show that in this war, no one emerges unscathed. The film ends on a somber note with the heroes scattered and defeated, setting up the trilogy's final confrontation. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. 4 ABY brings the Skywalker Saga full circle as Luke, now a confident Jedi Knight, orchestrates a rescue mission for Han before confronting his destiny. The Emperor's trap at Endor, using the under-construction Death Star 2 as bait, nearly destroys the Rebel fleet, but the primitive Ewoks prove that technological superiority isn't everything. Luke's final confrontation with Vader and the Emperor tests whether he'll follow his father's dark path or forge a new one based on compassion and redemption. Anakin's return to the light, saving his son from the Emperor's Force lightning, fulfills the prophecy of the Chosen One, bringing balance to the Force. The destruction of the second Death Star and the Emperor's apparent death marks the Empire's fall and the birth of the New Republic, celebrated across the galaxy in one of cinema's most joyous endings. Number 6. New Challenges. The sequel era begins 30 years later with Episode 7, The Force Awakens. 34 ABY, revealing that victory doesn't guarantee lasting peace. The First Order has risen from the Empire's ashes, led by the mysterious Supreme Leader Snoke and commanded by Kylo Ren, actually Ben Solo, Han and Leia's son, who turned to the dark side. Rey, a scavenger on Jakku with mysterious Force abilities, finds herself drawn into the conflict when she encounters BB-8, carrying a map to the missing Luke Skywalker. The destruction of the Hosnian system by Starkiller Base, a planet-converted superweapon, shows the First Order means business. Han Solo's death at his son's hands provides an emotional gut punch that echoes through the trilogy, while Rey's awakening Force powers hint at a new generation of heroes. The final scene, with Rey offering Luke his father's lightsaber on Ahch-To, promises answers to questions we didn't know we had. Number 7. Sequel Stakes. Episode 8, The Last Jedi. 34 ABY immediately follows, subverting expectations as Luke refuses the call to action, having exiled himself after his failure with Ben Solo. The Resistance faces extinction as the First Order pursues their fleet through space, introducing new heroes like Rose Tico, while exploring themes of failure, legacy, and what it truly means to be a hero. Rey's parentage reveal that she's nobody reinforces that heroes can come from anywhere, not just legendary bloodlines. Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. 35 ABY reveals Emperor Palpatine's return, having survived through dark science and Sith magic on Exegol. Rey's true identity as Palpatine's granddaughter creates a final confrontation between the Skywalker and Palpatine bloodlines. The film brings the 9-episode saga to a close, with Rey choosing her own identity, taking the Skywalker name as she looks toward twin sons on Tatooine, honoring the legacy while forging her own path forward. Number 8. Anthology Adventures. The standalone anthology films enrich the saga by filling crucial gaps. Rogue One, 0 BBY, tells the immediate prequel to A New Hope following Jyn Erso and a ragtag team on a suicide mission to steal the Death Star plans. Its darker, war movie tone and the heroic sacrifice of every main character demonstrates the cost of hope in wartime. That final Vader hallway scene, pure nightmare fuel that reminds us why the Dark Lord of the Sith terrified the galaxy. Solo, a Star Wars story. 13 to 10 BBY explores Han's origin story during the Empire's height, showing how he met Chewbacca, won the Millennium Falcon from Lando, and completed the legendary Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. The film reveals Han's transformation from optimistic Imperial cadet to cynical smuggler, shaped by betrayal and lost love. These anthology films prove the Star Wars universe extends far beyond the Skywalker Saga, with countless stories waiting to be told. The Force will be with you, always. Especially if you subscribe for more deep dives into that galaxy far, far away. Comment below with your favorite Star Wars era, and let's keep this galactic conversation going.